It
We're
says
live, Tommy.
Okay,
live.
Mark, go. 1, 2, 3, go.
2, 3.
The bigger picture. That is what you Hollywood stand for.
I push myself every single day to make
And beyond anything else.
Are you ready for the entertainer? Tommy and C2010.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to another awesome episode of Tommy Talks. I'm your host, Tommy NC 2010, the host of Tommy Talks. How you guys doing there today? Our topics
Tommy, your
Yeah.
camera.
What is
Okay,
it?
lift your camera up a bit. I can't see your head.
Okay.
Just a little bit, Tommy. It's just if you tilt it up just a little bit, we should be able to see your head.
Just a minute degree of angles.
Oh dear, we just lost a Tommy after we go live.
So are we still on the air or what?
We still are.
Oh, cool. Well, hey,
Well,
I haven't mentioned
sorry,
this to
guys.
Tommy yet.
Tommy, I'm sorry, guys. I'll just about say this now, though. Just Tommy is just having issues with his computer again. But we'll stay and talk with you guys until he gets back. Just minor techno difficulties.
Yeah, he's like the Terminator. He'll be back. Obviously, yeah, because he's been having trouble lately. It's kind of a bummer. I hope he can get a new computer soon, or at least have his current computer upgraded or something. I wish I was up there at his house with him so I could take a look at it and see what's causing it to get locked up. But so hey, Sega Camp, man, did you know that they are going to be redoing the Mortal Kombat movie?
Oh, yeah, that does sound pretty cool.
Yeah, or I guess not redoing it so
okay,
much as having
Tommy?
a brand new one.
Yeah, hey, guys. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. Why did Mark leave?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. I'm sorry.
He didn't say anything yet, so he might be
Mark?
right back.
Please come back in, man. Welcome back to another awesome episode of Tommy Talks. And our topics are movies and our many other topics. Mark was here. So how's everybody doing here today?
Pretty good.
How are you doing there today, Hamza?
I'm doing well, man. Yeah, how about you?
Oh, I'm excited. I have Log 90 up.
Yeah, I watched it earlier.
Well, since we're on
you
the
know-
topic of movies, and this may not interest you, but I do know though, Five Nights at Freddy's now is becoming a movie now, and I thought I should mention that because Five Nights at Freddy's is a game full of jump scares, Tommy, and I just beat it the fifth night just a few hours ago before Tommy Talks. It's pretty awesome.
Wow. That's I've never thought of a movie like of course there's been a lot of game movies that have been made in there've been a lot of games inspired to be movies today, and you know it's interesting how this works out and how different movies are created from different storylines, paradigms, and for instance the movie Hitman, that's just based off a man that's created out of a test tube, and he is a born killer, and it's made into a movie, and it's just a video game, but naturally It's it's apparently a good movie, and I really hate my computer right now. I really hate my computer. Can you guys hear me still?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, we can still
Sounds
hear
great.
you, Tommy.
We can see you. We can hear you.
I'm having.
I can
It's
taste your
okay,
drink.
Tommy. If it makes you feel better, Tommy, I'm having issues myself. Like I'm holding one headset. I'm holding
They keep saying
my headset's going berserk, and I can't barely, and I can
they
only
keep
hear
saying
one
that my
sound coming
program
out
is.
of one earpiece, but not the other for some really weird reason. I have to put this laptop on a tilt just to get some sound to come out of it. It's really weird. Tommy, I think we're gonna lose him again.
Gotta love technology. Is everyone here on low
gotta love
bandwidth?
technology.
I switched myself to low bandwidth so maybe it wouldn't overload his computer as much. I usually stay on high bandwidth, but I've got it right now on very low.
Yeah. So I'm very sorry, guys, if we don't have if it's not really a Tommy Talks without Tommy. He's been having some issues with bandwidth or actually his computer, and it's just giving us some snags right now. Like, Tommy right now doesn't really have a camera, and I can't really hear anything coming out of his computer.
Now, he didn't hear anything we said about Mortal Kombat, did he?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So they're making that into a movie. Yeah, I'm well aware though that there was a Mortal Kombat, and then there was Annihilation, which was supposed to be a sequel-based movie.
Right. And apparently they're going to be making a completely new one, and it's going to be produced by the guy that just did Fast and Furious 7.
Yeah.
Hey guys, back again.
Okay.
Tommy, did you hear any about what I just said about the movie?
Fast and Furious?
The guy
Mortal
that
Kombat.
produced-
It's being made into a movie, Tommy.
Now I thought there was already a Mortal Kombat movie.
They're gonna redo it. They're gonna relaunch it, and using it's gonna be based off the video game, of course, and they're gonna use the producer that just produced the latest Fast and Furious movie. Unless there's more than 7 of them, I don't know.
Okay. Now, to be honest, like, now is it gonna be like the original, with the original Mortal Kombat, or is this gonna be more traditional?
Well, see, I assume by traditional you mean new, but I'm hoping it's going to be based off the original Mortal Kombat game. Of course, most people nowadays might not even know about the original Mortal Kombat game, but thanks to Mailbox Monday, I've got the original Sega Genesis Mortal Kombat again.
You
So
know
that's
what,
my
though,
favorite.
Hamza? I may never have the original physical game, but if I could, I would just get an emulator copy for my Sunday streams. Sunday streams, people. I always have Sunday streams before Tommy Talks. Feel free to follow.
So if you get an emulator version, I think the Sega CD is the same as the arcade version for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Much better sounds, much better graphics.
Hey, Tommy, don't do anything too physical with your computer. We need you tonight.
You definitely don't throw it out the window.
Alright. Sorry, guys, it did it again. It's been freezing up off and on, and it's been acting stupid. I'm sorry.
Like I said, Tommy, I'm having a bit of snags right now with this headset as well. It's like one earlobe it has sound coming out of it, and the other one doesn't, and I have to just awkwardly move my little plug in and out of my laptop just to get contact made so that I can hear out both headsets. So you're not the only one with some snakes tonight, Tommy. I'm also having a little bit of few problems here myself right now.
Oh.
So yeah,
Well,
me and Tommy are just kind of having similar minor issues in a way, if you want to say that, people.
Well, back on topic. Recently, they released the footage to Deadpool, the movie, and Ryan Reynolds is playing the role. Now, just to explain, if no one knows who Deadpool is, of course, if you don't know who Deadpool is, you've been underneath a rock. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can still hear you, Tommy.
If you don't know who Deadpool is, you've been underneath a rock. He's, the merc with the mouth. He's the guy with the plan, the man with the red suit, and he's a womanizer. He's everything that you don't want to mess with. So apparently, it looks like it's going to be a good movie. Honestly, it looks like it's going to be a very good movie, I would say. Have you seen it yet, Holmes? Have you seen the trailer?
No, I've been living under a rock. I don't know anything about it. I'm looking forward to Straight Outta Compton. I keep seeing previews for it, trailers, if you will. I keep seeing for Straight Outta Compton, and I could dig some Eazy-E and some old West Coast, even though, of course, we're over here on the East Side, but that's something I've been looking forward to. And the new Friday movie's coming up eventually, but Deadpool sounds like it might be really interesting, man.
All superheroes have morals.
Oh dear, it's happened again.
So, what do you know about Deadpool?
For me, I haven't heard really much, except though, just I should know this stuff right by now because I work at a movie theater. I've been working there for 5 years now, and when it comes to this new Deadpool movie, I haven't really hear much about it. I might have seen a trailer about last year, but just last year they haven't really make any new updates about this new Deadpool movie, or at least so far from what I heard. So yeah, people, Tommy is just having some snags. I'm sorry if it's just us and me and Hamza, I should say. Me headset always works if I wiggle that cable. Yes, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just wiggling the cable a little bit in the computer just so then afterwards I can make contact for both headphones.
That's exactly what I'm doing here, because mine keeps apparently shorting out, so I have to wiggle it. I don't know if it's this set of headphones or if it's just the jack inside of the computer here.
I'm starting to I'm beginning to get that issue myself. It kind of sucks.
Oh snap! Tommy's back.
Oh, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Guys, my computer is acting stupid right now, and I apologize. I've been trying to figure out how to fix this dumb program, and Google is stupid.
It's probably made in China. Are you saying Chinese people are stupid?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the fact is my computer is stupid right now.
Man, I hate technology when it doesn't cooperate.
Yes, I hate it too. And I'm trying to run a show here, and it keeps freaking freezing up. Ugh. Also, Hamza, yes, I really want to see Straight Outta Compton. I know it's. I thought originally it was about Ice Cube, and
Yes.
but it's actually about all the original rappers that came up out of pop and everything. Am I right?
Ice Cube is one of those West Coast rappers. Yeah. Yeah, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, probably Snoop Dogg. I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking everybody.
I have to say that a lot. I think I haven't gotten a chance to go see it, but the movie Ant-Man came out apparently.
Yes. I heard it was awesome.
I'm looking forward to seeing the new Mission Impossible movie, Tommy. I just rewatched it about last month. I rewatched it every Mission Impossible movie, and the fourth one actually builds up to the fifth one. Believe it or not. And so I am really hyped now to go see what the fifth movie's going to be about. Because at the very end of the fourth movie, Ethan gets a mission next that it's talking about this group called the Syndicate, and we just lost Tommy again. But I guess until Tommy returns, though, I remember, though, sometime in the pre-show, though, Ethan is calling him, I think he's calling Benji, and he's all like, the Syndicate is real.
Oh, snap.
And that's where he's all, and then right after he's like, ooh, an anti-IMF group. And they're trained to do whatever we do to take us down.
Okay.
So I am looking forward to this new Mission Impossible film. We can hear you now, Tommy.
Okay. I'm uploading a vlog, and I had to stop uploading it because...
Oh, it's taking all your bandwidth.
Probably. That's probably what's going on here.
Yeah, don't bother. Yeah, just keep that vlog on pause for now, Tommy. This is more important right now. That'll be later. This is now. Sorry, people. You gotta be patient. Wait until Tommy Talks is over to see your vlog from Tommy.
You can upload the vlog overnight, man. And also,
or after the show, if that's okay with you.
Did you?
Just don't let it take you over a loss of sleep, Tommy. That's just my tip of advice.
Yeah, I know that.
Let's just focus with the show for now.
Yeah.
Sorry, people. Vlog 90 will be up eventually, but we can't
Vlog 90 is up, but this is just a day vlog. This is just.
Oh. Okay. Hold the day vlog until tomorrow if you have to.
Oh, what a noise!
Excuse me. Oh my goodness!
Oh, Tommy!
It's just
me. Okay. It's okay. You're okay. We can see you.
You can still hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can still see you. We can still hear you. It's okay. Just calm down.
It keeps saying it's freezing up, and I bet you in a few minutes it's gonna go blank and it's gonna freeze up again, and I don't know what to do.
So it actually says a message that says I'm freezing up.
Yes, I'm frozen. It says I'm frozen. Sorry, folks, I'm freaking out right now. I'm having a hard time right now with this, and...
Yeah, we just lost Tommy again.
I wonder what message it's really showing him, man, because I've never seen a message that says I'm frozen. I've had my computer lock up and this computer lock up several times. Other computers...
And I guess besides Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, I'd like to go see the new Vacation movie because I heard that's supposed to be the next National Lampoon's movie. And I remember watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation back when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I'm sure everybody here has heard of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation being one of the best, I guess, Christmas-related movies. We could say that. It's good for any time of year as well, though. Let's get that straight.
I've not seen any of the other National Lampoon movies.
Oh, you're missing out, Hamza. They're really good. Well, I only seen National Lampoon's Vacation only once, and that was when they were going to Wally World. And I think this new Vacation movie kind of goes back to that again.
Okay.
So I'm sure it'll still be as great, and I don't know what to say without Tommy. We can't continue this. Well, we're still live, but
yeah,
I guess.
I mean, should we wait for him? I think, yeah, we should just maybe keep the ball rolling.
I just lost a teeth.
Do you want to put it in a bag?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think we have any little bags, but you could dry it off, rinse it off, and then. Sorry, my daughter just lost a tooth.
That's perfectly fine.
But speaking of teeth, have you noticed that Larry the Cable Guy has been taking all these sequel movies, like low-budget sequel movies? He's in Tooth Fairy 2, and then He's in some other movie that he wasn't in the first one
Yeah.
of.
Are we talking about The Rock here?
No, Larry the Cable Guy. He's doing Tooth Fairy 2 and also some other movie, a part 2 of some other movie that he was not in the first one at all.
Really?
It's okay, Tommy. If you're not here, we'll just keep the ball rolling without you. I understand you're having some technical issues.
I don't understand
Just-
it, but you know,
But you can still come in and give us your opinion again.
this is supposed to be my show. I'm supposed to be running it.
I know. I'm very sorry, Tommy, about your issue.
Yes. So, folks, I apologize. I've been having technical issues. I don't know why my computer keeps freezing up. Can everybody still hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
I'm
can
on.
still hear you.
Yeah, I'm on.
Yeah. So I'm having a hard time building something up here.
Movies.
You know, The Rock. He's recently come out with a few films. San Andreas. And he's been in a few films recently. Big pictures films recently, and you know, really, The Rock is a good actor. Oh, excuse me for a second. I apologize.
Okay. No problemo.
Yeah, I guess so.
So yeah, he's been in a few movies. I've been noticing. You know, The Rock has. I've been noticing. How do you guys feel about the Rock being in movies? Do you feel like it's
He's okay. He's an okay actor. I can give him that much. But
what
I
do
know
you think,
he.
huh?
He's a bit of a bozo.
Now, why is he a bozo, Hans? Is it just because he's a wrestler?
I don't even consider him to be a wrestler anymore, but I don't know. I just feel like he's not used to his potential. You know when I think he was used to his potential though, Tommy?
What?
In a movie that I was not that big of a fan of because it was kind of gruesome, but that movie, it was called what, Play Hard, or
Get Hard.
that might have been the one. It had that.
It had Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart.
No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. It was a movie that had the guy that his brother was in, the New Kids on the Block, Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. Oh yes, I remember the name of that. That was shoot. If anybody knows, sorry guys.
What is
Technical
it? Is
issue.
it Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, Tommy?
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, I
man.
can still hear you. Were you talking about the other guys? That
Pain
started
Game.
Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg.
Now the other guys was hilarious.
Okay, but yeah, there was a. I do know what you mean now, though. There is one scene though where The Rock and Samuel Jackson they just jump right off a building and they think that they can hit the grass below or something like that, and right in the and awkwardly, bam, right in the middle of the street.
Yeah, they say aim for the bushes.
Yeah, they say aim for the bushes and guess where they land? Right in the middle of the hard concrete.
Jackasses.
I'm sorry, I don't think they made it that time, people.
Yeah, but this movie that I was talking about, it was pretty crazy, man. And
Oh, but I do like the scene though where Will Ferrell sees the guy jump off. He's like, "Oh, look, he's flying!" And then he finally crashes on the ground. That was pretty funny. Oh, look, he's flying!
Look, he's flying.
Yeah.
There's quite a few movies that I find interesting. Also, I want to see that movie Get Hard with Kevin Hart and who was the other actor you said was in there?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. I really want to see that movie. You know, the whole storyline is basically Will Ferrell's character is a big banker, but apparently he has jeopardized his money and he has done some crooked stuff. So the FBI catches on to him what he's been doing, and so what they do is they're saying we're going to take you to you're going to go to prison. So he goes to Kevin Hart and says, I want you to teach me how to be in prison. And he's like, you've probably been in prison. He's like, okay. So I haven't seen the movie, but I want to see it.
Oh
But
yeah, well, I think it's like this though. Kevin Hart before never was in prison before, but then but Will Ferrell thinks that he has spent some time in prison, so that's where it ends up becoming like about this big messed up juggernaut. I think in the end though, Will Ferrell will catches on that. Like I think later, this is just a guess though. I'm guessing later though, but Will Ferrell catches on that Kevin Hart did not really go to prison, and then he's like, oh crap. I am screwed.
Yeah, big time, man. I can see that coming. Pain and Gain was the movie I was thinking of.
Hello?
Yes, Pain
We can
and
still hear
Gain.
you, Tommy.
Remember Pain and Gain, Tommy?
Tommy?
I'll be right back.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Tommy. Pain. Oh, so you seen the movie Pain and Gain, Tommy?
Oh, it's real. They meant it to be a comedy, but to be honest, it's the whole storyline is demented. It's about these guys that basically to make big money, they kidnap this business owner, which is played by Tony Shalhoub, award-acting Tony Shalhoub, Mr. Monk.
Okay.
They kidnap him, and they force him to give them all their money. And they basically manipulate him. They try messing with his head and do all this stuff to him. And in the end of it, they try to make it look like a comedy. And I'm like, I watched the real storyline about this whole thing, and I'm like, wow, how could you make this into a comedy?
And guess who had to direct it?
Michael Bay?
Yes.
Michael freaking Bay, yeah.
Michael.
Mr. Explosions.
Exactly. Mr. Explosion.
Oh.
Michael Bay, please. We do not need explosions. Please take those explosions and just completely scrap the idea. It is too much now. It's we need to finish some. We need to stop. I don't know what it is with you. Do you think it's just cool to go light up kerosene and watch everything explode? Like, is that how you go with your way of movies?
I like action movies.
Tommy, it's okay. We can still see you and hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just getting really flustered with this. I don't want. I'm having soon at some point. I'm going to be having a cool guest on my show. I'm not going to say her name, but I don't want this to do this. And Hamza, I may have to.
No, we just lost him again.
Wow, I wonder if the guest is going to be Ronda Rousey.
I'm not gonna guess. But yeah, I guess I'm up for now though. Just for now anyway.
Excuse me?
I'm not gonna guess who this person will be. I'll just
okay.
guess I'll just see how everything flies out. For me though, this just seems to be everything is on the fly for me for Tommy Talks. Like I don't know until the show starts.
Yeah, I asked him why we hadn't seen you in a few weeks. I said, man, what happened to Sega Camp? Because I noticed you weren't on the show for several weeks.
Oh, yes, well, yes, actually, as of last week, I did not decide to come on because I had to be somewhere early Monday morning, so I did not really decide to come on at all that evening.
Okay.
I understand.
We're okay. We can see you now, Tommy. We can see you now.
I think that's what it is. I think you were correct, Tom's. I think my Wi-Fi was too high. I think that's why it was being too fast. I think that's why I kept doing it.
Did you turn it down?
Yeah, I turned it down. I turned it down to like medium. I think that was the reason why it kept doing it. I think every time I start this show, I need to just turn down my Wi-Fi band.
Yeah, that helps a lot, man. I hope your computer's not overheating.
It may help you in the long run there, Tommy.
Yeah. I was hanging out with you today, Hamza, and what was that thing you said to me today? What was that thing that you said to me that
Sclumbondi?
No, what was that nickname you were trying to give me today? And I thought it was kind of interesting. What is that nickname you were telling me?
Tommy NC 2010 for life?
No, not that one. The other one you were talking to me about.
I remember I called you Sclumbondi like 10 times. What? Give
No,
me a clue
Hamza.
here. I have no
No.
idea what you're talking about.
Are you serious? You seriously forgot it that quickly?
I kept calling you Sclumbondi, and you kept saying no,
Don't
Buntini.
call me that, Hamza. No, please don't call me that.
That's what I kept saying.
No, Hamza. Ugh, forget it, Hamza, because you seem to can't remember it. I was just trying to.
I only talked to you on the phone today, Tommy.
We didn't sit in the car today, and you gave me a ride into town. You don't remember that?
No, that was not today. Today you were at work and you never got your tripod out of my car.
No, yesterday. The other day.
Okay. Okay, yesterday we did the food review. I gave you a ride into town.
And we were having a conversation about something. We were having a conversation saying there was a nickname that you were giving me, and what was that nickname? I can't remember it.
Look, man, the only name I remember you keep yelling no about, so I'm not going to repeat it.
Okay. I thought you would remember. Sorry. To get back on topic, Pain and Gain is a very serious movie because it's about kidnapping, trying to steal people's money, and just this whole thing of these guys just being manipulative, and they just are taking these people. And at one point, they go after this other couple, but they don't succeed because they fail trying to get the money. Ultimately, it's just like, I introduced Hamza to the movie, and Hamza watched it, and he's like, I can't believe I just watched this. Am I right, Hamza?
Yeah, it's got kind of a shock value to it because I thought it was going to be a comedy. Actually, the way I thought I found it was you sent it to me on the Netflix recommendation, right?
Yeah.
And it says comedy on it as the description. And I thought, okay, The Rock, Mark Wahlberg. I'm thinking the other guys. That was hilarious. So I watched it, and this was a movie that I thought The Rock was actually used to his potential because I feel like he does the character really well. But it was just a shocker. The movie shocked me.
There's a scene in the movie, like it's a very crucial scene. It shows you why The Rock is in prison, why he was in prison. He's at it kind of condemns religion, with churches, but he's there and he's weed whacking and he's getting all hot and everything. And the guy comes over and he's like, he gives him a drink and he's there handing him a drink. And he starts to get very handsy with him, like he's done, like he's one of those guys. And so The Rock is like, I don't flow that way. And then apparently he tries to get very handsy, and The Rock just like pulverizes him. And of course, that's when the scheme is placed in that they're going to kidnap Tony Shalhoub. And he's like, okay, I'm in on it. I basically beat this guy to a pulp, and I want to get involved with this. It's. I have to say, a few movies that I've watched here on net, I don't know why I don't make it to the theater. I get very busy sometimes, and
It's okay, it's all of us as well, Tommy.
Well, Michael, I mean, say you can't. You live in.
Okay, it's okay.
You live. Dude, you live in a movie theater, dude.
Well, yes, it's been true. I guess it's sort of true. Ever since I've been doing this for 5 years now, and you know what know, I actually love my job. I don't think I'm gonna find a better job than this anytime soon.
Say you can't. I wish I had your job. I would love to have that job. Work at the movie theater, and of course I'd probably be doing all the cleaning and the popcorn and stuff like that. But movie ripping tickets down to the left, It's pretty simple. It's like 16, down to the left, turn right. You know, I think I could do that.
Yeah.
16, this way, go down that way. You might
I don't
find
think
it.
they would have 16 theaters. It would just be too expanded and too confusing. It's like you have all these different theaters, and it's like, what? Yeah. Sure.
And I want to say again, folks, I'm sorry for the technical difficulties that we've had today during the show.
I think 10 would be fine, but that's just me. Like, even the movie theater I work at, we only have 6.
Speaking about 10, folks, me and Ham, well, it was my creation, but Hamza kind of like raised his eyebrow at me like I had my hair on fire. Me and Hamza wanted to create a movie. Now, there's a lot of other projects that I probably let go on the back burner and catch on fire, and I thought that people wouldn't really catch interest in this picture, and everybody knows what it is, Vader Slasher. And I'm going to give, since this is a movie topic, I'm going to say I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to produce Vader Slasher. And everybody's like, oh, really, Tommy, you suck. And I'm like, hey, you know, I to do something like that, I got to have millions. I have to have a humongous budget. I have to have I need to have actors. I need to have a shooting time. And I need to have good storyboards. And the thing is that, you know, in my life, it's pretty hectic. I'm doing so many things at one time, trying to do something, and then at the same time, I'm trying to do this and that. YouTube, I have to say, is very convenient because, bink, hey, I'm Tommy NC 2010. I make a video, I shut it off. Now, will I say this? Will I ever make it Vader Slasher in the future? Maybe. I don't know. I think when I put Vader Slasher out there, the trailers, I think people really got into it. People really liked it. I didn't expect people to leech on to this movie and want it to be made. So when everything came out, the several trailers came out, you know, of course what's really funny is they would see these trailers, and if the movie was made, wait a minute, that wasn't in the trailer. That wasn't in the trailer. No, this, because it was just test things. It was really, if you think about it, the trailers were just test to see if you guys would actually want to see a killer with the mask of Darth Vader. And I came up with the idea a long time ago. Just the creation of a serial killer or just a massive killer. Now, the storyline is not technical at all. It's like your average horror movie, you know, just a bunch of blood and guts and emotional abuse of the human mind, and the human mind becoming evil and destructive and becoming an evil force and wanting to lay out and destroy everything, and then finding out that the force he wanted to destroy was not the force that he wanted to destroy. Now, it sounds like I'm talking like Star Wars terms. I'm not. I'm using that word technically. You know what I'm saying, Hamza?
Technical term?
Technical term.
Yeah,
you know,
I see what you're doing there, Tommy.
I've seen the notice, Hamza. A few times I've been up to your house. I've noticed you have the movie Ted in your room.
Well, it's Hannah's, because she and I share a bedroom, but yeah, it's in here.
You know, Mark Wahlberg was in that movie, and I watched bits and pieces of that, and apparently Ted 2 is going to come out.
It already came out.
It what?
It already came out
Hannah
not too
saw it
long
in the
ago,
theater.
Tommy.
My goodness, like, I don't know why I didn't go see it. I'm like, because I get so busy sometimes. I can't get out to Asheville all the time. Like, I'm always...
I think you're really happy watching wrestling on TV, man.
Oh, you're hilarious.
It wasn't a joke, but...
Well, just wait a few months, Tommy. In a few months' time, 3 months at least, let's just say after a movie leaves, like roughly 3 to 6 months, it always makes its release to Blu-ray. So Give it like a few months, Tommy. Just give it a few months.
Netflix. Oh, hey, by the way,
Netflix.
I want to say Netflix, if you're watching this and you want to pick up and sponsor me, that would be epic. Tommy NC 2010, possibly almost brought you by Netflix. Oh,
Nice
that would be epic if my show, of course, I would make sure that all the technical issues are fixed and there's no problems. And
no flaws with your show, Tommy. Keep your word up to that.
if I become a sponsored show, heck, I would, the money with that, I would go buy myself a building or something like that, and I would, I don't know why Mark Hyder left. I wish he'd come back, but I guess he has other engagements to get to.
So, hey Tommy,
Mm-hmm.
what about part 10?
Okay. Part 10, that's the baby I was talking about, that Hamza raised his eyebrow at me. And I was getting to that, but then I got interrupted, and then my mind went somewhere else. My mind is like a yo-yo. Zzz, zzz. And I go off on other tangents sometimes because I forget what I'm talking about. Thanks to Hamza, he reminds me sometimes, Tommy, this is what you were thinking about. I'm like, oh, thank you, Hamza. Or thank you, whoever reminded me. Part 10, now, there's been movies like this, I found out, that there's different random scenes. Now, I would say, I don't know if it's like 10 scenes of different storylines, or if it's 10 short clips of all this random stuff. Someday, I may, it may be a small budget, but I may get a bunch of actors together and shoot this whole movie in one day. Maybe try to shoot 10 scenes all in one day, and put it all together, edit it, and then upload it to YouTube. And someday get it's like a comedy movie. It's like these random scenes that happen, and then there's these weird endings. It's like Seinfeld. It's like towards the end, it's like bum 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 bum. The freezing of the face are for the Seinfeld episode where he's eating the candy.
Reminds me of Russell Peters. It's like the end of a sitcom. Oh! And then the credits go.
Hans, you know what episode I'm talking about? Where they're eating the candy, and they slip off the candy. They're watching the surgery. Their friend getting operated on, and the candy falls out of Kramer's hand and it goes down.
It was like a juji fruit or something.
Yes, Kramer's. Oh, but this is a movie / show. One particularly. Oh shoot. Oh, I was on a great tangent there, and then for some reason, I don't know why. It's in my brain, and then all of a sudden, folks, I'll have these moments where I'm talking, and then my brain farts, and it's like, hey, Tommy.
That was a great impression. That sound effect right there was pretty realistic, dude.
I know what you mean, Tommy. It's like it's like you know what you're gonna say at first, and the next second it's like, okay, I'm done. Okay, I forget what I was gonna say.
It's like basically being in front of a hot woman and then saying, hi.
I've seen it be like that as well when I start recording a video. It's like the moment of I get ready to do an update. By the time when I start hitting that record button, my brain goes blank. And I'm like, oh, what was I talking about again?
It's like being in front of a hot woman and you're like, hi, my name's... And you literally do fart and your brain goes...
You're like, hi, my name is, just like this, right, Tommy?
And then you think, wait a minute, you're too hot for me. I apologize. And then she's just like coy and she's like, oh no, what's your name? There was somebody else that should talk to you. I apologize. I'm going to go back and do my business. No, that's not how I handle women at all. That's
I would not be like that either. I would just try my best to be like him. My name. It'll come to me. Just give me a second.
Say, Cam, I have a question for you.
What?
Would you mind if I did an impression of you talking to a woman? It's kind of jokey.
Oh,
gonna be
okay.
good.
Go right ahead. I gotta see this.
Okay. Hi, I'm Second Camp. Oh, by the way, I want to let you know, there's this great Zelda cast game, and there's a moon in it, and you have to collect all the rubies, and if you remove the sword, it returns into a zombie world. What do you think? Yeah, I love sword.
Good one, Tommy. Good one. I would go for a Zelda-based movie, but I have my doubts that Nintendo would really make it happen. Or even better, what they should try for Zelda, an anime. Like, make like a Zelda-style anime. Like, they make this fantasy world of Hyrule, and we see this big, amazing open world as like an anime style, of course.
Well,
That's an awesome idea.
Zelda
I would go for
really-
that.
In my opinion, Zelda doesn't have any voice. It doesn't have any. It's ooh,
Wait, Tommy. I'm pretty sure you never grew up to the 80s of a Zelda cartoon. You know what Link would say in the Zelda 80s cartoon?
What?
Well, excuse me, princess. That would be his catchphrase all the time in every episode. He was like, well, excuse me, princess.
I never really watched the Zelda cartoons, and I
Never had
really
the
never.
time, Tommy.
I
Look
really
them
never.
up. They're here on YouTube today. You
And
can
I
thank me later.
And I really never watched the Sonic the Hedgehog, but I did watch.
Ah, you have to do that. He calls Robotnik Robotnik all the time.
Does he really?
I never noticed as a kid, but I was watching it the other day and I was like, dude, every time he says Robotnik, he says Robotnik.
Oh God, that's hilarious. I gotta say that now. That is just hilarious.
You know, I always wondered if secretly Sonic the Hedgehog was the bastard child of Robotnik, because they have this love-hate relationship. And I want that was
They
a
don't love each other ever. They have a hate-hate relationship.
Well, no, secretly, he's one of the creations of Robotnik, and Robotnik hates the fact that he created him. That would be interesting for a movie. Now, it would mess up the whole Sonic the Hedgehog storyline. That's something like Michael Bay would do.
That would be something that the Sonic fans would get all angry about.
That gives me a great idea.
Trust me, the Sonic fans today here on the internet, they're overly obsessive. Now, if they see like one little change, and I mean one minor change from Sonic the Hedgehog, they will go out of their way to be like, oh, well, this is not right. Sonic the Hedgehog doesn't go like this at all. This is not right, and I'm gonna be like this for the rest of the movie. They trust me. There are some people. Those Sonic fans are overly obsessive when it comes to Sonic.
Okay, for instance, I know what you're talking about because I'm in this kind of realm where I see this nerdiest movies that come out, and for instance, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That one came out, and there are dinosaurs in this park. Dinosaurs in this park, correct? Dinosaurs in this.
And then somebody corrects him as to say, "Oh, excuse me, this is Jurassic World, not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles." And then they're like, oops. Then they run away, and that's it.
You know, for instance, that was actually the last movie I think I don't know if that was the last movie I reviewed for movie review. I don't know when that's. I want to let you know, folks. I don't know when that's going to happen again. Honestly, like I don't know if that series is dead now because I can't get a hold of Crystal. And I want another part about movies is I would love to do a movie review every.
Okay, let's do one, man. Hey, we did a movie review of Gangster Squad when it came out. Remember Gangster Squad review?
But just remember, Hamza, we have to do our own movie series.
Right. It doesn't say uh-oh. It's just the same thing, but without the word uh-oh. That's okay. We don't have to put uh-oh on it. I'm fine with that.
Or, well, though, Tommy, if you want, I never did movie reviews before.
Hey.
If you have some software capturing device, we could just do it over Skype or here at Google Plus. But let's get your computer fixed first if you're thinking of going that route.
Jeez Louise.
I think what it is Hams is correct. I think my Wi-Fi was too high, and I think I finally took Hamza's advice, and I went on there. I'm like, let's see if this works better. And I ink, and I'm like, oh.
Hey Tommy, you'll figure it out. This is how all my advice is. Now that you've figured the Wi-Fi bandwidth selection thing out, now you'll figure out, cutting out the sweet tea and the sugary drinks and hitting the gym, talking to the ladies as if they're real people and not telling them they friend zoned you. Now you'll also stop watching wrestling and start watching Jimmy Hendrix documentaries, start playing the guitar, rapping, full bars, 38 bars,
Yeah, doing all this stuff.
I do go to the gym, you digit. I go to the gym.
I'm saying every day. And the other advice I give you as well about, grow your hair out long, dreadlocks, goatee. Basically, you start cutting down trees for fun, lumberjack,
That's for discussion for some other time, Hamza.
If you're going to have a lumberjack slam, you got to work out, You basically got to start walking to Black Mountain every day, quit driving with your mom or whoever, and, just run to Black Mountain and then run back up.
Hamza, you've seen Highway 9. I'm not going to run up Highway 9.
No, this whole thing I'm talking about is a joke, but I wanted to ask you a serious question while we're talking about movies. That movie you watched on Netflix about Jimi Hendrix, was it a documentary or was it the movie where the actor was playing Jimi Hendrix and it was a story about him?
It was a story about him. It was an actor playing him. Now, honestly, I'm going to say, folks, I watched this Jimi Hendrix movie, and I really have to say that while I was watching this, I was confused because I don't know anything about Jimi Hendrix. Hamza probably knows everything about Jimi Hendrix.
Well, I do now because I watched the wrong movie. Apparently, me and Dan 2 days ago watched a movie that I thought was the movie you told me about, but no, it was ended up to be a documentary.
There's another one. I pointed out that
Netflix.
On Netflix.
I think it's called I can't even guess. The one that I watched was called Hear My Train A-Comin', and it just came out I think last year, and it was actually really cool, man. It was really awesome. It had great footage, great live performances and stuff, but it wasn't like a movie like like the one you watched was actually, it had an actor playing Jimi Hendrix, and it was a story about his move from New York to England and until the rest of his life,
Yes.
But I can look it up if you want me to look up what it's called.
Just look it up for us, and we can find, because I was watching it, and there's a lot of confusion in the movie, because I don't know anything about Jimi Hendrix, and it's showing all these popular names possibly on what artists or who, and I'm like, okay, who's that?
A guy from the Rolling Stones. He was in the very beginning of the movie. Also, the guy from The Animals. A lot of those British guys, were in there. And if you hold on for a second, I'll screen share. I found... How do I do a screen share?
Hamza, on the side, there's a chat, and then there's a screen share right underneath there.
I'm sharing my entire screen. And so I'm going to try to go over it. All right, is it showing...
Yeah, that's the movie, Hamza.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the movie, and that's the one that left me so confused. I was like... But I did watch a movie called Getting On Up. It's about the...
James Brown.
Ow! I feel good.
I feel good. Yeah, I know the song, Tommy.
Get on up, I'm like a sex machine. Get on up, I'm like a sex machine.
And don't forget, living in America.
Yeah, but I watched that movie, the James Brown movie, and as I say this, I don't know a lot about music history. I really
Or you
don't.
want to hear something interesting though, Tommy? The
Right.
Doors is still around doing music, but they split it up back in the '70s because of Jim Morrison, their lead singer, passing away.
Right.
And ironically, they actually found somebody today, and he actually does look like Jim Morrison today, which is pretty awesome.
It's something interesting. The Journey, one of the biggest popular bands of the 80s and the 90s. One of the most, everybody loves them. Everybody sings it. Don't stop believing. They sing those songs, or different songs. And the thing is, that'd be an interesting movie to see, the history of Journey. And today, there's actually an Asian man that is, he actually he was on YouTube, and he could sing every single Journey song, and they brought him on because they're like, hey, he sounds exactly like the original guy.
Oh, that is cool. That is pretty awesome. Some guy that used to be here on YouTube, and then they contacted him, and now he's on the bigger and better stuff out there today. That is awesome.
Honestly, like, I have to say that a lot of the things that are going in the entertainment industry, I ask, now, okay, here's another movie that everybody is wanting to see so badly, and that is Batman versus Superman. The epic battle versus two superheroes in an epic struggle for good. And Hamza, have you seen it? Have you seen the trailer?
No, man, I can't even wrap my head around it, man. I feel like they're both doing the same thing. Why aren't they teaming up? This is ridiculous.
I think the storyline is basically that everybody thinks that Superman is a bad guy because they don't trust him. I think that they think Superman, just because he's a superhero, people think, oh, we can't trust God.
Well, he is an alien.
Yeah, that's the thing, the whole alien factor.
So we're prejudiced against him. He's here illegally.
Apparently, so they contact Bruce. They contact Bruce Wayne, but Batman, and ask him to come to Metropolis to deal with this Superman problem. And
the Superman problem. What was Batman was hired by crooks? Basically Lex Luthor.
Speaking about Suicide Squad, I just watched the trailer to Suicide Squad. Now, Hamza's seen Suicide Squad trailer because
I said Lex Luthor.
Well, you said criminal, and that popped in the next movie.
Okay.
The Suicide Squad. Now,
I do want to see that.
Huh?
I do want to see that one. I saw the trailer for it. I'm a Will Smith fan, man. I like to check out his movies, and this one seems like it might be cool. I know you'd probably like it because of the Joker.
I'm going to say this. Everybody's probably want to know what my opinion is of the new Joker look, and I'm not exactly flattered of the look. And it doesn't seem like the old-fashioned Joker, but of course, he's been doing, in the graphic novel series, he has been doing different looks. And he's been, there's one series where he cuts his face off and wears it as a mask. I wish Hollywood would just go into the graphic novel series and just follow the graphic novel series, and because the Joker, the dialogue and how he talks is really brilliant, and I think there's just not a lot of actors out there that want to play the Joker, and this guy, his name slips my mind. The actor is playing the Joker.
Well, that's what happened to Heath Ledger when he played the Joker. Look what happened to him. He passed away shortly after that.
Well, Ledger, okay, I'm going to say this about Ledger. He was a good actor, but the guy was a loose cannon. everybody says that even Ledger didn't handle stress that well, and I may have my moments where I kind of get mad, and I apologize for what you guys heard. I was a little bit stressed, so I kind of losing it a little bit.
Tommy?
Yes.
When you get wrapped up with what you're saying, man, please ask me for a question. I have a question for you.
All right, Hamza, ask your question.
Wait a minute. No, wrap up what you were saying.
I lost track of thought.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that, but I keep
you're
forgetting what I
talking
was
about
asking.
Heath Ledger being the Joker.
Oh yes, Heath Ledger. Okay, just Hamza before we. Okay, Heath Ledger. When he became, I heard this story. When he became a big-time actor, he locked himself in the bathroom and balled up and cried his eyes out because he didn't know what to do. He was scared of being a big-time actor, and Ledger really didn't want to. He wanted to get out of the boy toy kind of movies and stuff like that. But I think, eventually, like he kind of got out of it and started being in more big films and stuff like that. But Ledger was a kind of a loose cannon, and the way I hear the rumors that the way Ledger did this was he went into a mental institution, and he sat down with crazy people and talked to them, had conversations, learned how they did things, and he put that into his character. And they said when he went on stage and they said action, bam, he was the Joker. He was no longer Heath Ledger. It was like he became his own entity. After they said cut, he would stay in the character for a bit, and then boom, he would become himself again. Now that is a good actor. My father told me when he watched that movie, like he wanted to listen to everything the Joker said because he made you think. He made you like say, "Wow, that's awesome!" Like that's I can't believe my mind is blown. Like, oh my goodness, that's like. He just said that, like he's very intimidating. You don't know what he's going to do when he stares into your eyes.
Yes.
Now, here is your impression, folks. In society, there is light and there is darkness. And what I think is that the rules of engagement have been broken. They've been set on fire. And they've been set to the side. Absolute chaos. And when we think about it, people join forces. People join sides. But when we find out the real hero is behind a mask, and we support him all the way, and we give him power, why people like me get thrown in jail and prison? I'll tell you why. Because they're afraid. Society is afraid of people like me. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to hurt you really, really bad. Hamza, your question.
Okay, man. The question that I had, I'm so glad you did an impression leading into this question because I wanted you to do an impression of some of your most popular videos. If you could do that for me at some point. Or you could mix it in with this movie thing we're talking about. You could do like an impression of your video where you're saying, that, guys that hit women are assholes and stuff like that. You could do, I'm just going to give you an idea.
You never do that.
You could mix it with Superman. You could just be like, you could do an impression of yourself like,
look,
Superman.
Good things happen to you.
Superman, if you're gonna fight Batman, that's the one thing you damn don't do. And I'm just gonna say it, Superman. You're an asshole.
Like now we have Ben Affleck as Batman and Henry Cavill being the new Superman, and they got that movie coming out next year. Next year, another Batman versus Superman. Why?
You know,
Okay,
I
Henry
watched.
Cavill is okay as Superman. I'm gonna say that much. But if you start putting him a Ben Affleck wearing that Batman suit, I'm gonna have thoughts of I'm gonna irk a little bit because I'll be like, "This is our Batman." No.
Honestly, I would have liked to seen
You
Ben
talking
Affleck.
Batman who talks like this, like the like about this, and of course, why of course, Ben Affleck can't even pull off a Batman like this. There's just no way. It's not possible. That's all I gotta say.
The
There's just
best
no way
Batman.
Batman can talk. There's just no way Ben Affleck can pull off the voice like this. There's just no way.
There's the
No.
best Batman ever. I'm sorry to say this, but the best Batman was Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton,
Agreed.
by far, was one of the best Batmans ever. People said that he was going to be like, oh, Michael Keaton, he's a comedy actor. We're just going to write him off because we're the critics, and you know we're critics, so we have rights to say what we want. And he's been Mr. Mom. He's been all in these comedy movies. Well, how could he be a serious actor?
Yeah,
Look at Jim Carrey.
and I think before that as well this might have been after there was Beetlejuice and he was Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice is coming out. There's a new
Beetlejuice
one.
too.
Another Beetlejuice movie.
With the
Michael
original
Keaton
actors.
Michael Keaton has signed on to be, and also before Robin Williams passed away, Robin Williams was working on a Miss Doubtfire #2, and after he, I don't know if they ever finished it, but after he passed, I think they pretty much, I don't know, I'm hoping that maybe that one of the biggest movies that, one of the most funniest movies that he was, well, Robin Williams, he was a funny actor. He was in all sorts of funny movies. Good Morning Vietnam, Aladdin, he played the genie.
I remember the genie. Excuse me? Are you rubbing my leg? I mean, I forget what he said. I know he said something. Are you rub my leg? Did you wake me up? Did you bring me here? And all of a sudden, you're walking out on me? I don't think so. Not right now. You're getting your wishes to sit down! And then he gets in the line and says, in case of emergency, anywhere. Keep your hands and arms on the cover. We're out of here.
The funniest line in that whole play out, because the character is supposed to be a con man. He's a street rat, and so he cons Genie, and he basically he basically bets him that he can't get him out of the cave, and he gets him out of the cave and everything, and he's like, okay, I guess I have 3 wishes, and he's like, no, son, you are down to 1, and he's like, technically, I didn't ask to get out of that cave, and he's like, don't I feel sheepish, but no more freebies.
I'm glad we're keeping it Disney, Tommy, because I wanted to jump back about 30 minutes. You remember earlier when you were talking about you never really watched the Sonic cartoons much, and we were talking about some possibilities, like you were saying, what if Sonic was a creation of Robotnik and stuff like that? You know what that made me think of?
What?
The Lion King. Wouldn't it be a plot twist if they came out with like a new Lion King and Lion King Simba found out that Scar was his father?
Oh.
Like it shows a scene where basically Sarabi and Sarabi's basically sneaking away from Mufasa and she's talking to Scar like, he always tells me what to do. He's the king. He's always telling me what to do. And Scar's like, well, I might be a little bit dark around the beard, but, I can throw you a bone if you want to go out on the town, out on the safari.
There's a show called, technically, I don't know if there's a show on YouTube that every single time they do a song, realistic, something scientifically Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, scientifically, what is this cartoon like? DuckTales, and I swear I watched this and it ruined DuckTales for me. And I'm like, you're serious? Ducks are actually like that? And it's cartoons, and they dumb down the actual specter of what actual these characters that they're basing off of animals. But it's really funny, and if you look at it, a lot of how our movies from our childhood and our it's just apparently Hans is transporting himself out into his front room. Folks, we're pointing out this stuff about Hans that he's moving into his front room probably because Hannah probably wants to sleep in her bedroom and she just sent him a message, Hamza, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. Can you please get out of the room while you're talking to Tommy?
I came out here to get an ice cream sandwich, but close.
I'm all for it. And folks, tomorrow, just to let you know, tomorrow is Mailbox Monday, and I went by on Friday and I got a package out of there, and I haven't opened it yet, but it's going to be exciting. I don't know what it is. Maybe
is it bigger than a bread box?
I think it is.
How big is a bread box?
This big?
Okay.
I'm guessing. Bread box, tiny itty bitty bread box. Can you imagine eating that kind of bread? It's just like, here's my tiny little knife.
Sure.
And it's like, oh, delicious. I'm full.
Yeah.
It's
I
interesting.
think we better cut it up here, Tommy. It's getting on to 11:15.
Oh, it is?
Almost
Okay.
getting there.
Oh, it is? Well, I'm trying to think. So, folks, I want to say I apologize for the technical issues. And the one thing is, if you're a new viewer of the show and you're a new viewer of my channel, check out my Patreon and become a Super Tommy Head, and you get rewards and benefits and help support the Tommy Network become a strong empire and become a, so I could become a full-time YouTuber and make awesome videos for you all the time and support local business and also support entrepreneurs. If it's like if you're gonna give, there's a saying, if you're gonna give to a charity, give to a charity that is supporting a local YouTuber, a local entrepreneur. I'm not saying don't give to some orphans. I'm not saying that, but if you want to support someone like me that is a awesome guy, all-around awesome guy. Now, probably people think differently in the comments, but I don't care, honestly. But, check out Hamza. Check out the Sega Cam Gamer, to be correct, technically correct.
Yes, you're doing that correct, Tommy.
And so, folks, I just want to say thank you for watching the show. I am Tommy NC 2010, and I am keeping you on the inside.
Fact!
Here we